Hi. Hello, is everyone hearing me? Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, we are. I'm hearing you know.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, I just want to welcome everyone that is here who took their very precious time to be with us here at our inaugural or our first financial health and wealth seminar. Right, so this is going to be a bi-weekly occurrence, and we've actually just started doing these seminars to basically help Jamaicans become more aware of their financials. So basically, guys, I want to give you guys a quick overview of why we're doing it and how we started, because I think you guys are very curious, right?
Yes.
Yes, because you guys started by signing up for an ad that we did on both Facebook and Instagram, correct? That's correct. That's correct, right, guys? You guys signed up for the ad to basically be a part of it. Okay, so
Yes, you're correct.
Yes, Steven says yes. Clarine is yes. All right. So basically, guys, what we do, we are basically a marketing company. We're actually a marketing startup company in Jamaica. One of the newest marketing companies to basically land in this niche. So what we basically do, we at PTS Marketing, which stands for Positive Thinking Strategy Marketing, we are the very first marketing company to actually go in the niche of solely financial advisors. So basically, guys, the financial advisor niche is all about helping people build wealth, protect their families, secure their families' financial future, and basically just live a more easy life, or an easier life. So basically, with that in mind, it's really about just helping persons to basically feel secure, right? Secure about their finances, and also understand what it is that they should do next, like the very next steps to take to reach their goals. Because I suspect you guys who have actually joined have a lot of big goals. Am I correct? You can type in the chat or unmute and talk to me. That's okay. You guys have some big goals, right?
Yes.
Nice,
Yes.
nice. I see Marshall says yes in the chat. Yes, and I mean, no ordinary person would never go ahead and just sign up for a financial seminar if they didn't have any big goals that they want to achieve. So most definitely, guys, I know you have some really big goals, and we're here to basically help you reach those goals, right? So as I said, we're actually in that financial niche, right? And we're just going to do a very quick presentation today, because I know that you guys are very busy, right? You guys have a lot going on, and you're very busy. So I must first say, I myself, I am not a financial advisor. However, we basically I myself am not a financial advisor, but we partner with the financial advisors who can actually give you all that you need. And just to give you a quick background, I am Roberto Williams. Excuse my manners for not introducing myself first of all, but I'm Roberto Williams. I'm actually the CEO of the company, right? And we, as you said, we started this company to basically help people, increase their finances. That's just it, right? Because we saw what COVID did, right? We started post-COVID. So we saw what COVID did, and a lot of persons weren't very prepared for COVID, because most of us, we've never seen a pandemic hit in our whole lifetime. Am I correct? Who's ever seen a pandemic before this? Anybody else has seen a pandemic? Maybe I'm too young. But anybody else in the chat or any one of our persons here has ever seen a pandemic before this? Oh, okay. Seems like everybody is pandemic man that's seen a pandemic before. But yeah, man, most of us have not seen a pandemic, and we were very unprepared for it. So we just want to be the persons who can actually, get persons to the people who can actually help them be more prepared. Because what happens, guys, this is just one disaster that happened started in 2020. However, we know that life is often filled with disasters. So it's all about now, how do we learn from this situation where COVID has came and devastated many lives? How do we learn from COVID and basically move forward from this? So that's why I am here today. As you can see, we have our assistant in the chat who will definitely be there to answer any questions that you have or make me aware of the questions if I'm talking and I can't get to them. So if you have any questions while we're going through, you can put it in the chat and we'll address it. Also, feel free to, if you have something to say, any questions to ask, feel free to ask and we'll definitely take it from there, guys. So as we can see from the agenda, we're just going to basically start with a quick prayer just to, commission God's presence over what we do, because, we can't do anything without the Father God. So just bow your heads with me real quick while we say a quick prayer. Lord, as we come before you right now, we just want to thank you, Lord, for bringing us together. Though we may be small in numbers, Lord God, we want to tell you thanks for just bringing us together, bringing us out here to learn today, and bringing us out here to gain an opportunity to see how best we can increase our finances. We just want to ask you, Lord, to just help us to be able to reach a point where we can now begin to even help more and more persons as we go along. Thank you, Lord God, for life, health, strength, community, friends, family, everything that we have to be grateful for, because we have so much to be grateful for. I tell you thanks again, as I commission this seminar before you, Lord God. In your mighty precious name I pray. Amen. All right, thank you, guys. So, we already mentioned our goals in terms of, us going out there and partner with, financial advisors who can definitely help persons to increase their finances. So as you would have even seen from the WhatsApp message that we have actually sent, there is a link that you can actually go to basically get a free financial consultation with those financial advisors, and they'll definitely be able to talk more in depth about your goals. Because as I mentioned, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, but I am here to basically facilitate you guys being able to talk to the advisors and basically, see how best they can help you with your goals, right? So we'll definitely touch on that. So now to basically just go into the meat of the matter. So I want you guys to understand that in life or in finances, there are basically 3 aspects to it. Making it as simple as possible, guys. There are 3 aspects to these finances, right? So the very first aspect is the foundation. Just like when you're building a house, you always want to sit on a very firm foundation, right? So we're going to touch on how you can ensure that your foundation is very firm, solid, and secure, right? We're going to touch on that. We're also the next foundation is called the growth foundation. That's after you have that foundation, you're growing, right? And then the last part of it is really about the finishing aspect of it. So if we should basically go ahead and put this into, say, building a house, let me just ask any smart person in here, What's the first thing that you normally start with when you're building a house? The very first part of building a house. Anyone can share.
Locate the land.
Alright, so you locate the land first, and then once you locate the land, what's the next thing that you start doing to basically build up that strong house, that beautiful house that you want to build? Alright, the planning. But then when you're taking the action to build the house, what's the first part of the house that, you know, we normally start building then?
A strong foundation.
Definitely. We start building a strong foundation. So planning is very important, right? So even from what Miss Clover just mentioned, she said we basically would locate or find the location. So, and then, you know, start planning. Those are basically setting goals and then planning to achieve the goals. So those are two very important points to touch, right? But seeing that you guys are here, we can definitely see that you guys already have your goals and you already know where you want to go. So now it's just to basically give you a practical way to now go ahead and get that done, right? So the very first part, thank you so much, Miss Clarine, is to basically start with your foundation, laying that solid foundation. Once you have that solid foundation laid down, then it's just a matter of you basically building on that foundation, and then when you're finishing, you finish with the roof. So you never see anybody start building a house with the roof first and then go down to the foundation. Have you guys ever seen that before? No, right? Right. So you've never seen anyone start at the roof and then go down to the foundation. It's always the foundation and then up. So basically, whenever we are looking to build on our finances and build on our wealth, we always want to start at the foundation. Now, I didn't mention this to you guys, but I used to be a financial advisor myself, right? Working at one of the major financial companies. I won't disclose that now, but that was where my passion to basically help people came from, right? So when I was there, we always mention, you know, starting the foundation. So when we start the foundation, we talk about ensuring that you set aside a regular. So first portion of what we normally recommend, or what we normally not recommend, because as we know, we're not going to make any recommendations. But first part of what we normally state about the foundation is basically going ahead and saving, putting away some money to basically, number one, cater for a rainy day or an emergency fund. Right? So that emergency fund that we're talking about now is basically not money that people put aside to basically touch if any emergency comes up, just like that. No, it's basically an emergency that you have already pre-planned, in terms of plan to say, if this happens, if a hurricane came and blow down the house, or if fire burned down the house, XYZ, because a flat tire can be an emergency, anything can be an emergency, right? So you basically want to put it aside to basically ensure that, you know, that is there, so that while you're building up your wealth, you have a cushion to fall back on. Because a lot of what happens when persons start to build from the roof down is they start doing investments and start doing, you know, all of that, start going ahead and go through the building phase and not having that foundation, right? So with that foundation now, if one of the investments fail, which as we know, investments are very risky, then you do have something to fall back on. You do have something to basically say, all right, investment failed, and, you know, I have that money that I can go ahead and basically, you know, touch on. Right? So with that, you always want to ensure that that is there to basically cushion any of those emergencies that you set out. Right? And I read this book. Many of you would have probably read it. If not, it is a very good read. This book is called The Richest Man in Babylon. Right? And what this book normally speaks about is basically, to basically get to it, because as we know, it's very difficult to just say, I'm going to take up a huge sum of money to get there. Right? You don't want to just take up a large sum of money to put down. You want to get there in increments. So to basically get there in those increments, you want to always save 10% of any money that comes in. Right? So if you're someone who drives an Uber, you drive Uber, you can go out there, say you make $5,000 or $10,000 today, you just save 10% of whatever. So if you make 10,000 today, you save away 1,000. Right? If you're a higgler or a farmer or an investor, any amount of money that you get from your paycheck, any income that you get, you always put aside a minimum of 10%. Right? Because it might seem very small now. However, the more you do it, what we call compound interest builds. And anyone in here can tell us what compounding interest are basically, compounding interest is?
Let me try.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Okay, so it is interest that is accumulated and it's added to the principal and continue to grow and accumulate.
Well, yes, definitely. And when we're talking about investment, that is that aspect of it, Ms. Clarine. So definitely you are 100% correct. And we also have another form of compounding, basically the law of compounding interest. It's a generally known principle that basically even speaks to investment, like we just touched, like Ms. Clarine just touched on, and it also speaks to even your money, you're saving your money. So while you're saving your money, when you're saving in small quantities, over time it's going to be growing and just increase. It's basically going to be increasing upward. So the more you save, even if it's a small amount, 1,000 here, 500 here, 10,000 there, it just increases over time. And you'll be surprised to see the rate at which it increases. So that's the law of compounding numbers. Even big, just basically putting that in and just saving, guys, you're gonna be seeing a whole lot of returns or a whole lot of results then, even before we touch on investment, just by putting away that money and basically getting that saved. But there's also something that we must make note of. So that money that you're saving, there is a specific number that you want to save, a specific amount that you want to save, which once we basically have you speak to a financial advisor, they will help you calculate that exact number and then, help you to formulate a plan to get there. Because it's all about planning. Planning your way forward and basically going out there and just executing on that plan. Even as Miss Clover mentioned, finding that land and then creating that blueprint. Right? So that's that part. Once you identify where you want to go, then you create the blueprint, you create the plan to get there. So that is definitely what we are touching on in that aspect. Right? So the financial advisor will definitely help you to go ahead and formulate those plans to help you to get to those goals step by step. Because goals are not something that you can get to overnight. It's always just a step by step process, right? It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes a lot of planning, right? So definitely, guys, So that's for the first phase. There are 6 other steps that you would need to actually ensure that your financial foundation is secure. And what we'll basically do is go ahead and give you 2 steps in the interest of time, because we know that, as we say, we know that you guys are quite busy and we don't want to go over the time to take up the full time, because we should be ending at 3. So just gonna give you 2 steps, and then your financial advisor will be able to provide you with all the other steps and a blueprint to take the right steps to get to your goals faster in your free consultation. So remember, guys, just to remind you, there is a link that should be sent by our assistant in the chat, and it's also in your WhatsApp message. You can just go on that link, fill out the information, and someone will contact you to basically speak with your financial advisor in your free consultation. All right. So second thing that you want to make, we want to basically go ahead and give to you in this financial health and wealth seminar is the second part of the foundation. So as we know, foundation is basically formulating that security, that strong foundation that's going to support all your wealth as you build it, right? Because we don't want to be those persons who, as we're increasing our wealth, as we're increasing our financial security, we are fretting on the money. No, we don't want to be that kind of person. We don't want to be that guy. So basically what we want to do, we want to go out there and ensure now that, we protect the wealth that we are building for both ourselves and our families. Right? We don't want to just build the wealth and then it's not protected. So the next option that you have to go ahead and do that is actually creating what we call a will. Right? So a lot of persons worry about creating a will. They say it's a bad sign, a bad omen, or whatnot. But let me ask you a question, guys. Think about this. You are living on this earth right now. And you're going out there working, putting in so much work, to get everything that you're doing right now. Accumulate all the wealth that you're accumulating right now. Wouldn't you agree? Or let me ask you another question. Would you want that wealth that you are accumulating now to go to the government, or would you prefer for that wealth to go to the persons who you want it to go to? And I want you guys to answer that. Which one would you prefer the wealth to go to? The government, or you want to say who that wealth goes to?
Say who the money go to.
Right. So definitely, I'm sure you guys would want to have a say in where the money goes. So when you create a will, even at a young age, right? Be it you're 18, once you start accumulating wealth, you have to put into place a will. And that will basically govern. That will govern how you distribute in the event of your untimely death. Right? So you want to ensure that that is there, and that those options are there to basically ensure you have an option of where your wealth goes to. So that's another food for thought, guys, something to really think about. And because we don't get this knowledge. Persons don't really just go around and give it away just like that, or just go out and tell people about it like that. It's just sometimes when we see the opportunities for persons to really benefit and see that we can make a change and make a difference in this world, we just go out there and give this knowledge. So definitely, guys, you have to create a plan for both you and your family, and how you want to ensure that part. How you want to ensure of how that wealth is distributed and how you protect you and your family. Right? So next part, we're going to touch on the growth side of things. Right? So this is the second part. So this is very reminiscent of the walls going up on the building when we're laying those block cement, and building it all the way up to cast height before we cast the top of the roof. Right? So this part, we call it the growth phase, and this part involves your investments. It involves how you build wealth. It involves how you accumulate wealth. Because remember, the first part is the foundation to ensure that it is secure, to cover all your what ifs. Right? So once you cover all the what ifs now, it's going to be about how you accumulate wealth. Right? And this part is the part that basically speaks to us achieving our goals. So whether you want a house, have your nice little house that you can go into, call it your own, put up your foot on your own settee, drink out of your own mug, just living that life where you're basically in charge of what you do in your own house. No landlord cannot be telling you anything. You're basically just in charge of your own stuff. Or whether it be you wanting to own your own car, right? You don't need to take any more bus and rubbing on people, sweating up. Basically you basically putting your own key into your own car, driving out when you want, having that convenience, right? Of just going out there and driving. Don't have to be calling on anyone, bothering anyone. It's all you. Anything that you want to accumulate, whether it be a business, be it you want to start your own business, right? Where you don't have a boss over your head. You are your own boss, right? You are in your own office space. You are basically you set your own rules, right? Anything that it is that you desire, it falls into the growth phase. And the growth phase is basically how you now plan to utilize the investments that are available to you, how you plan to utilize accumulated money, how you plan to utilize your savings and everything, all of the vehicles that you have. How do you plan to utilize them and make your money work for you? Because a lot of the times, guys, we get confused and say, we are working for money on a daily basis. But one hand, a popular Jamaican saying, one hand cannot clap. No time that one hand can clap. Right? It's all about us just going out there and making two hands clap, or 4, 5, 6, any amount. And these hands are about your streams of income. How do you bring in new streams of income? How do you increase the amount of money that is coming into your bank account? And let me show you a funny part about it, guys. It doesn't have to be a bag of money increasing. No. A lot of people live above their means in terms of they are spending more money than what they're earning. So what we aim to do is to flip that script where we earn more money than we can spend. Do you guys agree with me? Yes or no? Would you guys want to earn more money than you can spend? Yes or no? Yeah, man, you guys can just type yes or no in the chat if you agree with me. Would you guys want to earn more money than you can spend? Yes or no? Alright, I see Steven saying yes, earning more money than you can spend. Anybody else agree, or everybody wants to spend more money than they can earn? Come on, talk to me, guys, talk to me. Yes, man. Yes, man. Earn more money than you can spend, right? I see Kadian say, hell yes. Yes, man, definitely. We want to be able to earn more money than we can spend. And remember, guys, to earn more money than you can spend is all about increasing your streams of income. Increasing the amount of income. Income. Money coming in. Money coming in. We don't want to expense. We don't want to increase the expense. Expense means money going out. We want to increase our income. Right? So the more money we have coming in, be it, as we say, it doesn't have to be a bag of money. It can be an extra $20,000 here from another one, an extra 5,000 there, extra 50,000 there, and before you know it, it adds up. And that's the beauty of it, guys. Even the same compounding interest or the compounding effect, that same compounding effect, when small things come together, they form something big. Right? Small things coming together form something big. Right? So that compounding effect is what we want to ensure that we can basically accumulate and accommodate. Right? So we always want to just go ahead and ensure now, guys, that we have more ways that we can bring in money. And remember, as I said, being that we have the experts who can go ahead and advise you based on your unique situation, you can always go ahead and sign up to talk to one of the experts. It's a free financial consultation. They basically go ahead and see, what are your unique needs, what are your unique goals. Be it you want to own a house, you want to get that car, you want to go back to school, whatever it is, right? You can go ahead and share your goals with them, and they will definitely be able to go ahead and give you expert recommendations. So as I said, our admin is in the chat, and she will go ahead and paste that in there and have you guys be able to go ahead and do the sign up if that's something that you would want to do. Because we know that you have your big goals, and we know you want your goals to be achieved. So definitely, guys, you can talk to one of the experts, right? So as we're saying now, focus on ways on how you can actually increase your income, right? And as we said, there are many ways that you can do it, and many suggestions, recommendations that our advisors will definitely be able to provide to you. All right. And what we want to touch on now, guys, the final part of our overall equation, because remember, we start with the foundation, and then which smart person can tell me what was the second option that we just talked about, or the second step? Just shout it out real quick. What's the second step that we just talked about?
Growth.
Nice. Congrats, Clover. Good job. Yes, the growth step, right? And the growth step is basically where we grow. We increase our income, where we ensure that we're earning more money than we spend, right? That gives us a good amount of leeway there to have much more disposable income, right? Final step now, guys, is basically what happens after. So this is the stage where we're talking about the roof, putting the roof on it, closing that building phase, right? So when we have accumulated all the money that we need, when we have accumulated all the stuff that we need, how do we then go ahead and ensure that we have protected our money? How do we then go ahead and ensure that we are distributing the money to who it should be? How do we ensure that when we have worked all our lives and reached retirement, how do we ensure that we enjoy our retirement? Anybody in here want to enjoy retirement? Yes or no? Anybody in here wants to enjoy their retirement?
Yes.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I'm sure you all want to enjoy your retirement. And I mean, how do you ensure that you have a good retirement and you're not scraping for funds when retirement comes? Right? And how we basically do that is you go ahead and formulate a plan for retirement. So you formulate your retirement planning, which is a step that the advisors that we work with can definitely help you to do. So we're talking about planning for retirement, taking the specific steps to get to basically get a proper retirement. When are you going to retire, and how are you going to be earning income while you retire? How is money going to be coming in? Because a lot of it's scientifically proven that the government will not be able to sustain everybody that is retiring from the baby boomers side of things. And baby boomers are the persons who, I don't remember the exact age range, but I think they are post World War age range. So we're talking about should be persons between the 50 to maybe 40, 35 age range, thereabouts. I will confirm with that. But it is scientifically proven from tests that by the time that all the baby boomers retire and basically, they will be now wanting to pull on the retirement funds that, the government has put in place for them. It is proven that there won't be enough to go around for everybody. So some persons will just not get, which is just the truth of it. Right? So how do we then go ahead now and ensure that we do not have to depend on that aspect of things? Right? So proper retirement planning is what ensures that we don't have to go through that. Proper financial planning, retirement planning, and proper estate planning is what you want to do to ensure that you don't have to go through that. Right? Because it's very embarrassing to know that you have been paying your money to, paying your NIS, paying all of the retirement funds to both the government and, your employer. And then when you're ready to pull on those funds, they tell you that there is none for you. That would be very embarrassing. So we want to set up ourselves in a way that we don't have to be depending on those funds from those persons. So as we said, guys, you are definitely going to be able to speak to an advisor for free. As we said, your free consultation. They'll definitely be able to help you with your retirement planning, help you to show you the steps of how not to depend on the government. Because as we know, and the government has proved that, they are oftentimes not as reliable as we would want them to be. We're not bashing anyone, we're not being political, it's just the fact of the matter in every single country, not even just our country alone. The government often makes plans that they cannot fulfill on. And who suffers? Right, the people. The people are the ones that really do the suffering. So ensure that you guys plan for your financial future. You guys plan for your retirement so that if, that very big if the government cannot, if the government cannot fulfill that promise, you are still okay. You and your family are still okay. Right? So with that being said, guys, those are the 3 steps that you want to have to build your strong financial foundation through your growth and your covering, which is the roof. When you have those 3 things down, then everything else just runs smoothly. Right? So with that being said, we just want to, tell you guys a warm thank you, right, for really coming out. Right? We appreciate the time that you took to come to us, to really, hear us, hear what we have to say, and to really basically, see how best you can benefit from this information. As we say, not normal persons normally just come out and say, hey, I want to learn about finances, right? Must be persons with goals, must be persons with a successful mind frame and a successful mindset, who see themselves wanting to be more, wanting to do more, and then wanting to, go ahead and build on their wealth. So I thank you guys for being so ambitious. I really appreciate that. I thank you guys for that. Thank you guys for coming out. And as we said, remember, there is a free consultation available for you, where your specific financial advisor will actually sit you down, walk you through the very specific steps that I went through. They're gonna go ahead and provide you. And yes, Clarine is saying she's a financial advisor, so awesome, Clarine, awesome. I will definitely be in touch with you, right? So what happens, you guys will definitely be able to sit down and go through and speak with your financial advisor, who will definitely be able to, provide you with a tailored solution for you, right? Going through your foundation, give you all the steps, because as I said, I'm not the expert to basically give you all the steps. Your financial advisor will be the one to sit you down, go through everything. Then they're going to show you how you're going to go through your growth phase, so that you can now begin to grow. And then top it all off with your retirement planning and, the end part of your whole financial plan. So as we said, guys, we just want to thank you again for coming out today. Sign up for the sign up form if you want to go ahead and speak with a financial advisor, and we will definitely take it from there. All right, so you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you so much, Clarine. Appreciate it. I'll definitely have a talk with you, Clarine. Let me ask you guys, do you guys have any questions that you want to ask me before we leave? Any questions that you guys want to ask? Any questions that you guys want to ask? Okay, no problem. I don't see any questions coming in. So I really appreciate you guys today. Really appreciate you guys coming out. And thank you again. We will have someone, contact you to basically set up that appointment, that free appointment. Okay? So take care of yourself. Enjoy yourself, Clarine. Enjoy yourself, Clover. Cadian. Thank you guys for coming out today. All right? All the best on your financial journey. Take care now.